I just think it's when you know Jake, it's a mental toughness. I think it's a competitiveness to rise to the occasion. The more important the moment gets, he's got that. I can remember, and I'm not comparing him to Marty Brodeur when I tell you this story, but I think great goalies have that mindset where they raise their level at the most important time. The year we went to the Stanley Cup final when Marty was a 40-year-old goalie for me in New Jersey, I saw it multiple times, but I remember, we were down in the first round that year to Florida and had to come back and win game 6 in overtime, game 7 in double overtime, and both nights, regardless of what the score had been or what had happened during that game, he found another level at the most important times, and you realized, why he had the career he had. So, I think great goaltenders have that mental edge where they raise their level, at those times.
Do they have a similarity in personality behind the scenes? Like, the only thing I think of, like, Marty Brodeur would hold court with the media.
Yeah.
Morning state. And Jake will talk.
Yeah.
And a lot of goalies don't. Like, but that's all I can see.
Yeah.
Is there something you see?
No, I think. Listen, I had Marty at 40. He was very comfortable in his own skin. He was already a Hall of Famer. He'd already won and done everything. Maybe Jake will be that guy at 40. He's not yet, and he shouldn't be. He's still trying to prove himself. But there's that mental piece is a big piece with a starting goalie.
Your top guys last game had that response. You were waiting for them to show up. They did. I guess, are you guys, I won't say bracing, are you guys preparing to have the Avalanche's top guys, some of their guys that haven't really produced yet?
Yeah.
Like that?
I don't know. I mean, you know what? This is what I know. I know we're going to get their best game, and I'm assuming we're going to get the same game they played in Game 4 here, and so it's on us to make sure we're more competitive. I don't know. I'm going to assume they're going to be really good, and we're going to have to be a lot better than we were in here in Game 4 in order to have a chance.
What's your stress level like on a day like that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it depends what Listen, it's like the players. It's different when you're on this side of the elimination than on the other side, for sure. And that's just human nature. You've got another day to coach. If things don't go well. So, I think when you're facing elimination like that. It's tough. There's no doubt it's stressful. I think it's critical though as a coach, and this experience kind of teaches you that you've got to be the composure. You've got to be the guy that looks unflappable. Because your group's feeling those butterflies.
Any update on Jason Robertson, just because we haven't asked in a while?
Yeah, skating, doing a little more every day. I would say he's definitely not week to week. I would call him more day to day now. He's starting to get into that area, so he's still got some hurdles to go.
Any update on Nils Lundqvist at all? Is he skating with Jason?
He is, yeah. I don't know, and I mean, listen, when Nils had that surgery, it was season-ending was the terminology. I guess if we play deep enough into the playoffs, they might revisit that, but we're not in that neighborhood.
I think one player on the Colorado side that has left people wanting is Cale Makar, but you have a say in that too, and how you prepare your players to shut down a player like that. What goes into the attention that you pay to play Cale Makar?
I would say, our pre-scouts would be 80%. Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, and trying to minimize the damage they do. That's the reality. I mean, that's the engine that drives that team, and we all have, both teams have depth, but we've played this team a lot of times in the playoffs, and if you don't have detail to your game when those two guys are on the ice, and they're going to make you look bad. So we spend a lot of time on that.
You've got this arena
at a high in Game 4, one of the loudest that
Mhm.
we've heard in a while. What is it about this arena that makes it such a cool place to play hockey?
Yeah. Well, it's a great fan base. You know, I think similar to Dallas, you know, they're engaged in the game. They're not sitting. It's not a corporate crowd. They're here to enjoy the game and get involved in the game. And you know, I would say the game 3 too with the Landeskog coming back. You know how loud it was at the beginning there, and then obviously game 4. I mean, I think you got two great buildings. Dallas, I feel, has a similar feel.